So question 1, personal reasons for service. The order of this question will start with Jen. I've heard you like to go by Jen.
Yes,
Sherry, and then we'll have Melissa. So I'll read the question for everybody and then feel free to come in and answer. Why are you choosing to step into this work now, and what drives you personally to want to serve?
My name is Jennifer Rozzi Thomas. Thank you so much, Ayana, for introducing us. And I am in my 8th year of service on the Melrose School Committee. I'm a clinical social worker with over 30 years of experience working with youth and families. For the last 15 years, I've worked in Salem, Massachusetts at a small competency-based high school, which is part of Salem Public Schools. At this high school, we serve a majority of kids of color, most of whom are newcomers to Massachusetts. Many families were from the Dominican Republic and from Puerto Rico. One of the reasons why I originally ran for office was in reaction to the first Trump presidency. I was horrified by the racist tropes that Trump used and how he constantly attacked immigrants, especially folks from Central and South America. I was equally horrified at how he objectified women and demonized the trans community. In good conscience, given that we are now in the second Trump presidency, I can't stop serving now. I feel compelled to keep standing up for people of color, newcomers, and trans folks, and I promise, if reelected, to continue to watch out for any group that may be targeted, misunderstood, or attempted to be oppressed in Melrose. I will speak up, and I will hold all educators within the Melrose Public Schools to the highest standards of maintaining a positive, welcoming, well-informed, and culturally humble community.
Thank you so much for that thoughtful response. And we're going to go to our next candidate, Sherry.
Thanks, Ayana. My name is Sherry Leo, and I'm excited for the opportunity to introduce myself. I'm a parent and a homeowner, a former teacher and current nonprofit professional, a school volunteer and community board member. I have more than 2 decades of experience as a talent leader, and I've dedicated my professional life to improving public education. Over 14 years in Melrose, I've served as a soccer coach, school volunteer, site council member, and board member of the Bridge and Follow Your Art. My multi-generational household includes my parents, husband, and children, 7th and 9th graders in Melrose Public Schools. I began my career as a public school teacher in Washington, D.C., served in the strategy office of Chicago Public Schools, and advised states on education policy. I'm now VP of Talent, Learning, and Culture at a nonprofit that helps educators make change in their communities. I hold degrees from Brown University, American University, and the University of Chicago. These experiences, personal and professional, help prepare me to serve our city at this critical time for our public schools. If I'm elected, I will work every day to invest in our schools, build a culture of trust, and support every student. I'd like to share a bit about what that means. When I say invest in our schools, I mean support the override. But whether or not it passes, I will make budget decisions that are strategic, reflect our values, and meet student needs. I will include stakeholder voices in setting direction for our schools, and I will continue to advocate for funding for Melrose students. When I say build a culture of trust, I mean I will work to hire and keep a superintendent who is right for Melrose and committed to building for the long term. I will invest in talent at all levels to keep great teachers and stabilize our schools. And I will uplift the amazing teaching and learning that happens every day in Melrose Public Schools. And finally, when I say support every student, I mean that I will work to make every student feel welcome, valued, and safe, especially the most vulnerable. I will prioritize fully staffing special education services to meet the needs of every student. And I recognize that student needs evolve, and I will work to understand and address these changing needs. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for organizing this forum to uplift issues of vital importance to our community.
Again, very thoughtful responses. And our next candidate, Melissa, her responses were pre-recorded, so we get to just press play and hear her response.
Hi all, thank you for hosting this forum and allowing me the chance to pre-record my responses so that I can still participate in these important conversations. My husband and I moved to Melrose in 2016, and we're proud parents of twins who are in the third grade at Roosevelt. Over the years, I have volunteered through the PTO as Rome Representative Code Coordinator during library class visits and other various school events. These experiences have given me a deep appreciation for the dedication of our educators and administrators, the resilience of our students, and the passion of our families. I decided to run for school committee because we're at a pivotal moment in Melrose with ongoing budget challenges and leadership transitions, including 4 superintendents in the past 4 years. We need steady, collaborative people at the table. I see this as an opportunity to help strengthen our schools by investing in educators, supporting in students' mental health, and ensuring every child, regardless of background, feels seen, supported, and inspired to learn. My background in social work, student services, and event management provides me with the tools and skills to actively listen, build relationships, and advocate effectively. I cannot claim to have all the answers, including on the topic of racial justice, but I am committed to learning, engaging, and working toward a more inclusive and supportive and successful school community for all.